Yo, today we will be reacting to Wintrading in Pro Play. Apparently there been actually a win trade, so this game is in between Wolf and ESCA. So mainly like Lee Sin and Jace got accused for win trading. Now the reasoning behind that could be very simple. I even did bet on some random teams in the past and they lost, and it's very likely it got win traded, but who knows, right? The issue is it's already win trade to go Habbaris Rush on Jace actually, just because in pro play it's generally very bad to go for such an item. Well, also notably Lee went for Sojin, which is not inherently wrong, like it's not completely bad if you do that. But just look back at this play. So he walked into the hook, into the all-in from Corki, and that was an obvious win trade, right? Like, there's just not much to say in here, you know? He walked genuinely into that hook. And it gets progressively worse. Look at this. 2 minutes later, Jace just engages in 1 versus 4. It's a clear 1 versus 4, you know? There is no surprise. People didn't pop out of a bush or some random thing, you know? Like, it just, you know... It just, like, dived in for no reason. And we can see since the other 3 players on Wolf are playing, but they were playing well, right? This game drags out for a very long period of time. They played actually quite well. And in here we can see like Lee's over chasing, you know. He could of course war jump as well, but he doesn't. But I think very notably his build is int as well on Lee. Just because like it's very bad to not have Black Cleaver into 3 tanks, right? While also notably that dance actually backfires here because you're gonna take more damage over time, just because most of these tanks are not like too killable, which means you're gonna end up with less HP, because into double poke as well, you don't really wanna go Death's Dance in my humble opinion, while also they have lots of AP as well in the team, right? So the build itself is a bit int as well, right? And I think this is definitely a win trade just based on the builds and on the gameplay. And look at Jace, look at what Jace does, right? So Jace walks up and down, back and forth. He does not do Elder for some reason. He walks up and down. He starts but he does not do it. You could imagine how pissed they are, their teammates, but it's very bad like if your teammates do such thing in pro play, right? I mean, maybe they were also paid actors to stay silent about it. I'm not sure, but like, what is Jace doing? He's walking up and down for no reason. He's not using an E. He's not using a Q. He's not using anything. Look what Lee does when his team is staying to win. They got Elder. He goes in. He kicks the guy, and then he gets ulted by now to Lucy W's out. But his team is still out of position. What does he do? He goes in. He misses his Q. Maybe on intent, maybe not. Then he does what? He jumps out again. And then look at this. They got the pick. They got the pick. And look at this. I'm pretty much sure Wolf would have taken the Baron no matter what if Jace distracts or not. But the thing is, in here Jace distracts, right? But he could but escape. Because he misplaced his E. Watch, he will misplace his E. I mean, this is a bit too much of a distraction, isn't it? Look. Look. But how, Gaby, you would ask me, how the hell would he escape? You see, his E didn't touch him, right? So Jace's E plus R in the late game gives him a huge burst amount of mobility, right? So in here, if he didn't E himself, by the way, he E a little bit forward and he didn't like switch his hammer form. I'm just saying, as a word with the burst of mobility, that he would walk out of that, you know, because look, his E didn't touch him, he didn't R in time for speed, and I would say there is a good chance he would actually get out of his R. But he didn't even try to walk sideways, that was the thing about Jace. Yeah, it's a good thing that they still win the game, but this feels to be very bad, because this is what they all the time get in solo queue, pro players. And definitely well played on Gwen's part for trying this hard, and on Oh, what is he said? It's definitely bad played on Gwen's part and on the Lucian's part as well. That they had like a good mental and they got through the game. But I think this should be definitely reported, and maybe legal actions, or perhaps if there are some legal actions they can take, perhaps they could also really easily just ban this team as a whole or those players. Because I don't know about banning the team as a whole, because only two of them were just actors, you know. So I wouldn't like put so much hate or flame on the rest of the team in just two of the members that weren't really trying, in my opinion. So I wouldn't just say like they should ban the team as a whole, maybe ban those two players, then maybe they can recruit two more players from somewhere and they can play, you know. But I wouldn't I wouldn't really ban the team as a whole. So that's it for now. Have a nice day.